So, to recap, we don't have too many murderers who are at large. Brian Taylor, 41, was stabbed to death on February 23rd, 2022 in Villa Grove in Saguache. Dustin Ferguson, let's see here, Villa Grove. Dustin Ferguson, 38 of Villa Grove. Something to do with the stabbing death of Brian Taylor, 41, guilty plea. But it reduced the homicide to the murder charge down to an attempted assault. What the fuck? So Alonzo Payne saw a person who killed a fucking person. He killed him. He stabbed him to death. And said, you get on out of here with an attempted assault? And the judge said she didn't like it, so I don't know what the fuck happened, but they're like, well, the deal stands, and the plea deal waived Ferguson's right to a preliminary hearing. The paperwork was signed by Ferguson, his attorney John Hoag, and an attorney under Payne, 12th Judicial Deputy District Attorney Ricardo Rivera. That Ricardo Rivera, he, like the third time I go in there, he was like, well, these accusations are real serious. These are real serious accusations. Fucking bitch-ass piece of shit. Ricardo Rivera, you think fired a couple warning shots in the middle of nowhere up in the air to a motherfucker that was threatening to kill your dogs. That's the worst thing he's ever fucking heard of. Then why the hell did you give Brian Taylor got stabbed to death, so you didn't respect Brian Taylor at all. Dustin Ferguson, 38, he stabbed the shit out of him. And instead of getting him a murder charge, conviction, you dropped it to attempted assault. God damn, that's a good lawyer. And god damn, that's a shitty fucking district attorney. Dude stabs a dude and he got attempted assault. No, he stabbed him in the back of the head, back of the neck. He stabbed him and killed him multiple times inside of Villa Grove, his home. Inside of Villa Grove home. And the family was deeply worried that they weren't going to get justice. So I don't know exactly how this turned out. But what the fuck? Alonzo Payne, you piece of shit. So if you're a good progressive, he'll fuck you over. But if you're a criminal piece of shit. Brian Taylor was stabbed multiple times. Court documents obtained said that Taylor had several puncture wounds on his back, neck, and head. So he stabbed him in the back. Reported seeing blood on his right palm, pinky ring finger. They arrested Dustin Ferguson for first-degree murder. An eyewitness on the scene said Ferguson and Taylor got into an argument before Ferguson stabbed Taylor that same day. There was an eyewitness. Ferguson was arrested by the Saguache County Sheriff's Office, was charged with first-degree murder of Taylor. However, nearly 2 months later, Ferguson was offered a plea deal by former 12th Judicial District Alonzo Payne. The plea deal, this is the same shit. Alonzo Payne and Robert Willett is the same shit as this bullshit. The district attorney never fucking is good. The district attorney never does their damn jobs. It's almost like the cops, they need these big, strong bouncer cops to go arrest somebody, and then once the cops have kidnapped the body, then they'll all, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. So the crime is getting arrested. The crime is getting arrested. So that's why Christopher Mondragon, he's just like that Phil Greeny. Ann Kelly protected Phil Greeny by lying, saying that Phil Greeny wasn't necessary to lay the foundation of the videos. He is needed. We do need it. I'm stunned. I'm traumatized. How the fuck you're the DA? Why are you lying? Don't you want to bring in as many witnesses as possible? Don't you want to find out what the fuck happened? She didn't give a shit about the truth. Didn't give a shit about the evidence. I was kidnapped by the cops, so Alonzo Payne was just going to fuck me over. Ann Kelly's just going to fuck me over. Well, he was kidnapped. Did he do anything? No, but he was kidnapped. $5,000. Well, he shot a couple warning shots. Oh, those are some real serious charges. Okay, I didn't stab a guy in the back of the fucking head until he died. Attempted assault. Could I have got attempted assault? Could you just drop it down to attempted assault? Since you're dropping everything down to attempted assault. I guess rape, murder, violence, stealing. If you go out and commit the crime and Alonzo Payne or Ann Kelly let David Delata go. After 8 months, well, they had a preliminary hearing and the damn public pretender actually made a deal. So I guess if you play ball, David did a lot of cases. So he shot the guy and then kept his mouth shut or just kept on saying, no, I didn't do nothing, no, everything. And then just stayed in custody until they're like, well, we don't have enough evidence. There's a dead man. You're not even going to try to go to trial, motherfuckers. Sit there and act like it has to be a slam dunk case for them to go to trial. Well, Anne Frank admitted to saying her mother was a bitch. And that's a disorderly. Well, Anne Frank's going to have to go to concentration camps and get syphilis. What about all those Nazis stabbing each other? Get on out of here. What about all the Nazis sitting there killing people's puppies? That's all right. Get on out of here, you. So, for the most part, the people who killed Jennifer Sharp and Nelson Billings, they weren't arrested. The person that killed Byron Garcia Duran, he wasn't arrested. But they're cops and they're the clerk, right? So, we know who they are. And actually, with citizen's arrest, I don't think there's a statute of limitations for a murder accusation. So, they probably could be arrested. That Colorado State Patrol and Alamosa Sheriff's deputy. Also, in terms of transparency, what the fuck happened? Either take it to court so we can find out what happened or give us a nice detailed fucking statement. They all had body cameras and dash cams and stuff. You don't have to show us the gory details, but show us up to the moment that it happens. You want us to fucking just trust your word on it? Fuck you. Lying ass piles of shit. There's one thing the government always does. Fucking lie. Especially when there's a dead body around. Oh, it was justified. Nothing to see here. Okay, see you later there, buddy. Did Donald Garcia actually kill Robert Turner Jr.? Seems like Donald Garcia was just a poor person. So Robert Turner Jr.'s murderer could still be at large. Trujillo Lopez was charged with murdering Cisneros and Archuleta. A lot of this starts out with a charge, and then we don't know what happens at the end. And then how much of this shit is gang-related? And anytime this dumb shit happens around here, well, a bunch of people have already committed crimes. I mean, you got Kenny Capin and James Beck who took 3 shots at me. You got Kenny Capin and Robert Picaro who took 3 shots. You got 3 shots from Paiute Trail. Maybe it was that URL 40 guy. Some guy in a white cab, black flatbed truck with a hosing. That motherfucker fucked with me when I went to go pick up my mail. I'm still getting stalked by these pieces of shit. So whenever I hear about a shooting, Christopher Mondragon, they're saying is the one that shot or killed Kenny John. But if I'm the sheriff and I find, human remains, I'm asking Kenny Capin. I'm asking Robert Picaro. I'm asking James Bax. I'm asking Noah Spaulding. I'm asking the black SUV guy. I got a blurry video of that license plate, but nobody's following up with this shit. It's almost like they're dedicated to covering up the crimes of Nazis. But Noah Spaulding took 8 shots at me. Kenny Capin, James Bax, they took 3 shots. Kenny Capin, that's twice Kenny Capin. So 6 shots from Kenny Capin. Who else is he shooting? What other people and crimes are these people? Yeah. If I find a dead body, I would presume the people going around just shooting at people, innocent people that don't do shit to anybody at all. They murdered my puppy and they're trying to intimidate the witness. 3 shots from the black SUV, 13 shots. Phil Greeny is taking shots at me. 3 shots from the direction of Hiram Richardson. So there's several leads right there. You find a dead body, go to the mayor. Hiram Richardson says he's the mayor. He commits crime after crime. Michael Gonzalez is okay with that. He's okay with Phil Greeny shooting 13 shots. He's okay with Kenny Capin, James Bax, Noah Spaulding, and Robert Picaro shooting at people. He's okay with all of this. Why would you ignore this? This is circumstantial evidence of they are okay with shooting at people who are innocent and are good family men who paid for their permits. What? He paid for his permits? Well, we can't let that stand. So I've had to endure 36 gunshots at me, 7 assassination attempts for the Rainbow Revolutionary. And don't worry, everybody, I'm still here. I know you guys were worried. Oh, no. He's getting fucked with by those Nazi fucking criminals, and now he's being charged with the fucking thing, so he's got to deal with the Nazi government and the Nazi fucking criminals. How's he doing it? How's he doing it? Over 2 years worth of stalking by Phil Greeny. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Phil Greeny, I just found a dead body over here. What did you do? Did you do something? Yeah, you did something with it. Come on, you've committed over 50 to 100 crimes against me that I know of, and you shot 13 shots right up on the, and then you were thinking about shooting shots right over here. He had a bunch of friends around, so they're trying to provoke me to do something, but since he's on some fucking bullshit, so Phil Greeny pretends that I'm doing something wrong, drives by like real slow, like a child molesting Nazi would drive by, and then acts like he's going to shoot me from right here, and then up at the mountain did shoot 13 shots. Yeah, that's a guy that commits crime. That's a bad fucking person. Yeah, I definitely would follow up with Hiram Richardson, Kenny Capin, Robert Pickrell, James Bax, Noah Spaulding. Probably Vilela, too. Let's ask Vilela what's going on. That guy in the white cab, he was parked there at Daniels at Xanis McDonald's house. And he was driving around all the arsons. John Krim, when I was filming John Krim's arson spot, he was creeping like a child molesting Nazi. You have Costley's was charged with that shit, and then the McDonald's, 40 fucking years. Xanis gets, but Samantha didn't get shit. And then I just read that a lot of people who go to juvenile, they go to juvenile when they're in one foster home, move into another foster home. When that transition is happening, they put them in juvenile until they find a new home. So they got victimized, only go to fucking juvenile. Are the kids okay? Is anybody else concerned about I grew up in a house of abuse. So I'm fucking disgusted and sickened that for 5 years nobody said a fucking word over there. So they're not policing themselves. And there's a KKK posse over there, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows what's going on. Bunch of right-wing sovereigns. They don't believe in Colorado. They don't believe in the Colorado Constitution. They don't believe in the district attorney or the sheriff. Right-wing sovereigns say, you're just a district attorney. That's a state official. The U.S. Constitution says there is no Colorado state, so therefore you have no legitimacy. It's all just America, and there is no 50 nifty United States. So, Tecumseh was also murdered, who I strongly believe is Troy Zinn. So I'd ask Troy Zinn too, hey Troy, what do you know about Kenny John? What do you know about Christopher Mondragon? And then look at how the court, man, God, what they're doing with Dustin Ferguson and Taylor. Basically, the guy's dead. And so they're looking at Dustin Ferguson, and it's like, oh, Dustin, you seem like an okay chap. Get on out of here, you. There was an eyewitness. There is physical evidence and eyewitness testimony. Take it to a jury trial. Let's see what the people of the San Luis Valley would think about it. Delata got a reduced charge, too. I mean, the guy that complained says he wasn't even injured. So it's almost like, damn, if you guys are going to get me raped by the Hells Angels for the next 6 years, can't at least go punch the guy? In terms of being fair, you had Wayne Bryant that said that I should mow the guy's lawn for a month. Then you had Ann Kelly who had offered anger management courses. Take a couple anger management courses. I mean, for dismissal, I'd been up for that. I wasn't ready for it because it's like, you guys are pieces of shit. Every single fucking one of y'all since I've been born. You hate my light, you hate my spirit, you hate my heart, mind, and soul. You hate my light. You're a bunch of miserable piles of shit. And when you see that I have a light, somehow that threatens you. And it's bullshit. These motherfuckers murdered my puppy, and you think Susie Lucero or Michael Gonzalez or Ann Kelly, you think they're going to ask questions and find out who did it? You think they give a shit about stopping the criminals who go around criminalizing people? You think they give a shit about crime? It's easier just to throw away the messenger. Just find a messenger. He's saying murder is wrong. And he keeps pointing out all these horrible murders that he's the messenger. So scapegoat the messenger. Man shot in Sawat's case dismissed. His case is dismissed? What is this? This is something the same? Or no, this is the man shot October 2020. Joseph Taylor. What the fuck is going on? This is the same. Robert Willett was a piece of shit. Robert Willett didn't give a fuck about enforcing any laws. The DAs are just a bunch of fucking nobodies. They're just rubber stamping whatever the police do, so you don't even need the DA or the judge. Just let the cops run rampant. Just let the cops run roughshod. Let the cops just take over. Why even have a judge or a DA if all they're going to do is just rubber stamp and then oppress and be a dick? At no point in time did they try to find out what was going on or try to find out what would be the appropriate, They're not fair people. Joseph Taylor's murder charges were dropped. God damn it. We're dropping murder fucking charges, Alonzo Payne. Well, Ann Kelly. Are you guys going to go arrest Christopher Mondragon, or is he's like Phil Greene? Phil Greene gets lawfully subpoenaed and says, fuck you, Ann Kelly. And Ann Kelly lies on Phil Greene's behalf. He had a photograph. They were there. They were a part of it. They've been a good witness. They're not my friends. They wouldn't have been kind to me. But when you have person A versus person B, and it's just their word versus each other, you got to have witnesses to figure out the truth. You got to have witnesses to figure out the truth. Just to pick one person over the other, that seems to be what they're doing. The cop goes out, he made a determination, and then the DA and the judges think that they have to fucking goddamn rubber stamp this shit. And then if you say, let's do a jury trial, and then they'll pull every goddamn trick in the fucking book. They'll try to entrap you. They'll lie, cheat, cajole. They say that they got to pursue it, but they break the law. They break the law in order to enforce it. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I know that the court system is supposed to be, competitive, but the fullest extent of the law doesn't mean you get to cheat. It doesn't mean you get to lie, and it doesn't mean you get to entrap. You can't commit crimes because you're trying to force a fucking case. You're trying to get a conviction on some fucking bullshit 2 years later. So let's just presume that they dismiss, Jacqueline Mitchell. Jacqueline Mitchell, she tried to kill my dog about a dozen fucking times. A dozen fucking times. Harassing, driving up, revving her engine, just acting a goddamn fool. Ann Kelly dismissed her charges. Soda Cruz dismissed the charges. Victor Hummel dismissed. So if you were to dismiss it right now, which frankly I think they're piles of shit. They don't have any common sense, and they're not good people. They're fucking sick, oppressor, molester pieces of shit. So when they hear about Nazis, Nazi criminals, civilians out in the field doing Nazi shit, the Nazi government identifies with the Nazi civilians. And they don't understand the good American citizen that actually read the Bill of Rights, read the code, read the criminal procedure, rules of evidence, paid for his permits. That asshole, that fucking prick, going around being lawful, paying for his permits, respecting Costilla County and the citizens and the laws of this. What a dick. Taylor was accused of shooting Maka outside of Dollar General in Moffett October 2nd, 2021, according to the arrest documents. So he said he owed him $300, but I got to pay you this fucking second. And it says, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker. That's what the quote is. Taylor is accused of saying that. Arrest affidavit says that they believe Matthew owed Joseph money, and the shooting was over a debt. A Glock 43 handgun with blood on it was found under the driver's seat of a vehicle where Taylor was sitting minutes before the shooting. Arrest documents say it was over $300. Wasn't thinking I was going to get shot, Maka said. Yeah, that's not $300 isn't a shooting offense. But maybe on the streets it is, The cops don't do shit, so when someone robs you of $300 and you say, hey, Danny Sanchez, I gave you $130 to pass out subpoenas, and he goes, I don't give a shit, I'm going to steal your fucking money. And then the planning and zoning says, I don't give a shit, I'm going to steal your fucking money. And then the judge says, I don't give a shit, I'm going to take $5,000 out of your ass. It's been 2 fucking years. 24 appearances. I've been punished. I have been punished. I have been punished so fucking much it's not even fucking funny. If they were just to cut me loose right now. But they're not fair people. I respected them, and so they were going to fuck me over. Oh, you respect me? Well, then I'm going to fuck you over. The right-wing sovereign says, fuck you, pieces of shit. Troy Zinn is never going to pay Michael Gonzalez, Susie Lucero. He's not going to pay your fucking planning and zoning permits. Fuck you. He don't give a shit about your laws. Troy Zinn's Cornell University, fucking smart. Robert Pickerel, Cornell University, didn't pay for planning and zoning, started doing crimes, stayed inside the house. Kenny Capin, he paid for some of his permits. But, did drive-by shootings, and then I said, hey, Schultz, it was your buddy, and he was like, not really. And then wasted my time for the next fucking hour. Keith Schultz wanted to kill me because I called 911 several times. He came to the scene, he was the one. Nobody else saw me with the gun on the roof. But he did. He made that shit up so he could get away with murdering me. Maka told 13 Investigates there was a struggle, and Taylor pulled the gun on him, and he tried to wrestle the firearm away from him, but was shot. So they're saying that there was like some firearm residue on him. Maka said he literally shot me right in front of the Dollar General and told me that I have to die. I was afraid that I might not make it, that I might bleed out. Yeah, that's scary. So he actually was attempting murder. You're telling me that Michael Gonzalez or Alonzo Payne or Ann Kelly goes to the Dollar General and someone shoots them in the groin, but the cop comes up and says, well, Ann Kelly, you did owe him $300, right? And just shrug their shoulders and they think that's okay? Ann Kelly doesn't give a fuck about victims' rights, and neither did Alonzo Payne. Payne cites a lack of self-defense evidence. He said he's defending himself, you fucking pile of shit. So said that Maka tried to kill Taylor. What the fuck? So he got it all backwards. The police had arrested the wrong guy, and so Payne thinks that he has to pursue. You got to pursue every accusation to the fullest extent of the law. Just because a cop has kidnapped a person doesn't mean you have to try every fucking thing. Entrapment. Well, he shot a couple shots, so let's try to entrap him on something else. Let's see if, let's put some cocaine right here. Let's see if he'll sniff it. For a couple warning shots? Do you do this fucking entrapment bullshit, 24 appearances bullshit with every... No, Christopher Mondragon, Phil Greene, he had a warrant for his arrest. He's smart. Phil Greene went to Cornell University. Phil Greene has outsmarted Ann Kelly, Michael Gonzalez, Susie Lucero. He owes $2,000 in planning and zoning, too. Every time I'd go out of my fucking house, he prevented me from living my life for like a week or two straight. And in general, he's just been goddamn hounding me, harassing me, stalking the living fuck out of me. Bunch of fucking fascist piles of shit. I told him all my objections. He still said no. I want to tell the judge that I don't want this man walking. Maka and Taylor are going to be back in court for a hearing on July 19th, 2022. So what happened? I guess we just let the murderer go? You killed somebody. You just stabbed the guy in the back of the head a couple times, That's nothing. Wait, he fired a couple warning shots? Capital punishment. No. Life in prison. Warning shots. Teddy Roosevelt said, it's not punching the guy that gets you in trouble. It's not punching him hard enough. So you're going to get me raped for 6 years? It's like, can't at least go over there and punch him? Can't at least punch the guy? Can't at least attempt an assault? Is that okay? I know it's just a tiny misdemeanor and might tack on some extra things, but dude threatened to kill my dog. Then he's filing false charges. And for the entire 4 years I've been in the Valley, I haven't been able to live my life. Phil Greene stalked me the first 2 years, and now the court system has been raping me over for the last 2 years. And so I don't know what the fuck exactly is happening, but it seems to be Michael Gonzalez's and Ann Kelly's intent to try to stamp me with insane or stamp me with criminal so they can ignore all these other crimes that have happened. It's on videotape too. Jacqueline Mitchell's crimes are on videotape. Kenny Capon's crimes are on videotape. There's this fat fucking chubby motherfucker. You could see his fucking truck. You could see his fat fucking creepy ass face. He's sitting there looking. He's driving around the property, around sagebrush, on top of the property, looking for my dog to rape, I think, to shove green beans up my kids' asses. That's what the McDonald's did for 5 years, just shove green beans up their kids' asses. And you think any of these guys said anything? I would love to know. Phil Greeny, what did you say to them when they were shoving green beans up their asses? Did you say anything to the McDonald's? Anything at all? My guess is they were all kind to the McDonald's because that's who the fuck these bitch-ass pieces of shit are. And I'm against abuse on principle. I'm against racism on principle. And I like being upright and outstanding. Maybe paying for all my permits was... You're making me doubt myself a little bit on that. Because planning and zoning treated me like shit. Oh, you just are shitty to everybody. Okay, cool. Not cool. The crime is getting arrested. The crime is going in and telling them your name and then telling them that you want to get the permits here and there. Because Robert Pickerel committed crimes and he didn't get arrested. So Michael Gonzalez don't know what to fucking do. Phil Greeny didn't get arrested. So Michael Gonzalez is just going to pretend he didn't commit any crimes. If you're arrested, well, they know for a fact that you're a piece of shit Jeffrey Dahmer motherfucker and they're going to do everything and anything. But if you show them all the evidence and, it's clearly convincing, they're a bunch of piles of shit. They don't make the arrest, and they're certainly not going to give you any of the cops in their pocket. I don't want to see this because I want to be fair. Motherfucker, how can I report a crime if you're going to pretend? No wonder the cops don't give a shit. No wonder the cops arrest the victim. So what, huh? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. This world should be fucking fair. You give me security, I get a fucking job and I flourish. And goddamn, I'm an organic farmer. I raised a bunch of fucking tomatoes and sweet corn and shit. I'm a professor. I'm a fucking journalist. But you want to stalk me and continually stalk me and not let me have a moment's peace? For 4 years, I haven't had a moment's peace. For 4 fucking years of this shitty-ass piece of shit Valley fucking dickwads. I see the churches, but Christians are assholes or they just don't care about evil. Or Christianity is evil. I mean, Conejos County was founded by Lafayette Head. Lafayette Head. There's a motherfucking trafficker from hell. Fucking slaver, trafficking, fucking nozo, chomo, goddamn oppressor, molester, fastest bastard right there. So I have to assume that Soto Cruz and Danny Sanchez just hate good, lawful, and moral family men who want to build strong houses for justice and love and peace and freedom and security. I was malnourished growing up, so I didn't have all the food and water. I didn't have security growing up. And so I want to make sure that I have enough space for when I find my wife and start popping out kids, that they won't have to go through the same shit. I'm actually planning on my family. Instead of just going around sticking my dick in something and then, oh man, now you're pregnant. Oh shit. And then just fucking playing it by ear. Playing it by ear forever, just winging it. Well, we got a kid now. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to have to wing it. Kenny Capon is tapping his gun on the side of I got a videotape of him tapping a gun on the side while he's driving up and driving back. It's on videotape, Ann Kelly. It's on videotape, Michael Gonzalez. Y'all want to pretend that you guys are the good guys? You're not the good guys in the slightest. You're ignoring 200 fucking crimes. And the guy that said stop committing crimes, you're trying to get him raped for the next 6 years. That's not fair. That's bullshit. You don't know right from wrong. You're a bunch of fucking pieces of shit. Useless, evil, wicked, oppressor, molester pieces of shit. No wonder those kids got raped for 5 fucking years. No wonder Andre Psycho Barros was able to kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If Michael Gonzalez and Ann Kelly believes in playing the hide the pickle, you hide the pickle. You're like Robert Pickerel, commit the crime, then just keep your mouth shut. If that's the game that they play, no wonder you got so much fucking crimes all over the fucking place. They're all doing that shit. Soto Cruz didn't even go to fucking court to testify. You're the one that made the arrest. You didn't know you was going to go to court and explain yourself? Why wouldn't you be the first one to just voluntarily do it? Nah, he's playing hide the pickle. Susie Lucero plays hide the pickle. Takes planning and zoning permit money from good people. Doesn't go after Phil Greeny or Robert Pickrell. Doesn't care for all the crimes that they... It's not fucking fair. And that's bullshit. Because it should be fair. If you work hard, you play by the rules, you should be able to keep all that you earn. But these are thieving ass piles of shit. It's like they're running government like a corporation or something. Instead of like a system of justice, a machine for righteousness. Bah, Famgu.